Welcome to the deep dive. We've got quite a mix of sources today looking at modern lifestyles. Everything from these super detailed daily routines to, well, the deep science of what our food and sleep does to us on a cellular level. So our mission today is really to sift through all that and pull out the useful bits, the actionable stuff you can maybe use right away.
Exactly. And it's a fascinating mix, isn't it? We have sources laying out this rigid external structure, someone's whole day planned out. But then we also have hard data talking about what's happening inside, body clocks, circulation, how we react to processed foods.
Yeah.
So the goal is to kind of weave these together, find the practical takeaways, how small habits can have surprisingly big impacts, and maybe how when you do something is just as important as what you do.
Okay, let's start with that external structure then. Because one source, wow, it gave us this teacher's daily schedule, and the level of detail was kind of amazing. It wasn't just a to-do list, it felt more like choreography.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it?
Hmm.
This teacher wakes at 6 a.m. but waits until 6:50 to actually get up.
That 50 minutes, it must be for, mentally preparing or just easing in slowly.
Could be. Then, boom, 6:50 hits, and it's straight into the routine. Make tea, iron clothes, shower, get dressed. And they even have the outfits planned by season. Winter, jeans, blouse, jumper or cardigan, boots. Summer, skirt and blouse.
It's like a system to eliminate any morning decision making, right? Just execute the plan.
Which you probably need, given the rest of the day. Packing materials, leaving for the bus at exactly 8 one wee fain a.m. And the commute, this stuck out to me, only 3 miles, but it takes 45 minutes.
45 minutes. That's serious traffic they're dealing with just to get to class by 9:25.
Yeah. And the afternoon is just as structured. Lunch is bang on 12:00 p.m., usually a baguette or sandwich from a local place. Maybe quick shopping or photocopying, then teaching again from 1.0 until 3.00. Then it's home to relax and cook dinner.
It shows that structure isn't just about productivity, maybe. It's also about making sure there's actually time built in for winding down, protecting that personal time.
And speaking of small, deliberate actions within that structure, one source highlighted something simple, but potentially very effective. Drinking warm water in the morning. Not hot, specifically warm.
Ah, okay. This connects to that idea of small, intentional changes making a difference. So why warm? What's the science there?
Well, the key is blood flow. Warm water apparently helps improve circulation. Better circulation means more oxygen, more nutrients getting to your brain more efficiently.
So it could actually boost brain function, just the temperature of the water.
That's the idea. And maybe even helps with stress and anxiety, sort of calming the nervous system before the day gets going.
That's pretty interesting. A tiny change with potentially big internal results. It fits with what else we saw, right? People talking about wanting to make healthier choices, eating better, walking daily, trying new recipes. It's about being deliberate.
Exactly. Being intentional, not just sort of reacting to the day.
Which leads us nicely into thinking about food more broadly, the culture around it.
Yeah, let's talk about food.
Okay, so American breakfast habits. The sources pointed out this split between weekdays and weekends.
Right. Weekdays seem to be about speed and convenience, something light, quick. But weekends are for the bigger cooked breakfasts, when there's more time.
But the goal, the sources say, should be the same ideally. Get nutritious food for energy, feel full, and hopefully avoid overeating later. Makes sense.
And the favorites mentioned. Eggs, lots of ways to cook eggs. And cereal, though the source was quick to note, cereal is, a manufactured processed grain product, usually eaten with milk.
Yeah, that convenience factor again. Even when aiming for healthy, processed options often sneak in.
And then there are the more, let's say, indulgent favorites. Pizza got a lot of positive mentions, that combination of gooey cheese, savory sauce, crispy crust. It's the powerful thing culturally.
Definitely a comfort food. And of course, the eternal debate, Hawaiian pizza. One person apparently loves pineapple on everything, even burgers.
Huh, controversial. But moving from personal taste to maybe a deeper cultural connection, we saw a different perspective from an Asian family background.
Right. Here, food was described as like central to life itself, bringing people together for big occasions, but also just every day.
Yeah, and the dedication to home cooking was really striking. The story about the mother, cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner from scratch every single day while also working full-time.
That's incredible dedication. It frames food not just as fuel, but as an act of love and commitment, really.
Totally, an investment of time and care. And it wasn't just her. The father, when she was away, would step in and cook too. making things like cheese, apparently.
Yeah.
And the source specifically mentioned he never ordered takeout.
Wow. So home cooking wasn't just a preference, it was like a fundamental family principle, non-negotiable.
Which provides a really stark contrast to our next topic, the rise of processed foods and the risks that come with them.
Okay, so how did the sources define processed foods? What are we actually talking about here?
Basically, foods that are changed, often significantly, from how they appear in nature. They tend to be high in added sugar, salt, unhealthy fats,
Mm.
plus often artificial additives, preservatives, that kind of thing.
So the usual suspects, fast food, packaged snacks, sugary drinks, the convenience foods.
Exactly. And the sources acknowledge it's hard to resist them even if you know they aren't great for you. That Pete's example, again, people know the effects but still love it.
It's a real challenge. But the data on the risks, that was pretty sobering.
It really was.
Yeah.
This isn't about judging choices. It's about understanding the biological impact.
Hmm.
They cited a big study, 5 years, over 100,000 people, and the finding was, well, it was stark. For every 10% increase in how much ultra-processed food someone ate,
Yeah.
there was a 12% higher risk for cancer overall.
12% higher risk for every 10% more consumed. That's, wow, that really puts the cumulative effect into perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And cancer is just one part of it. The sources also linked high consumption to the usual chronic problems: obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, all driven by those high levels of added sugar, sodium, and unhealthy fats. It's like a slow-motion attack on your internal health.
But then the sources offered this kind of counterintuitive angle for managing internal health. It wasn't just about what you eat, but also thinking about your body's natural cycles, specifically sleep and repair.
Yeah, this was fascinating. The idea that every single cell in your body has its own kind of sleep-wake cycle.
Like a mini clock in each cell.
Sort of. And when you're actually asleep, your whole body kicks into high gear for repair. Growth hormone and melatonin levels go up. Your body is actively working to fix damage from the day, whether that's from, say, stress or maybe a heavy inflammatory meal.
So good quality sleep isn't just rest, it's essential repair time, critical for healing and rejuvenation.
Exactly. And to really hammer home how important this internal timing and management can be,
Mhm.
there's this incredible anecdote about weight loss.
Oh, right, the one that seemed to bypass all the usual advice.
Completely. This person lost 35 kilograms, that's about 77 pounds, going from 100 kilos down to 65.
Yeah.
Over 3 years.
Okay, significant weight loss.
But the kicker was how, right?
Precisely. It was achieved, according to the source, simply by eating at the right time. There was no mention of adding specific physical exercise, just aligning eating patterns with the body's clock.
That just flips the script, doesn't it? We're so focused on calories in, calories out, exercise. But this suggests that when you fuel, your body might be incredibly powerful on its own.
It really emphasizes that managing your body's internal systems, its fundamental rhythms, could be more critical for long-term health than just focusing on the external stuff, like appearance or even just exercise alone. Harmonizing with your body's clock can yield dramatic results.
So looking back at everything, we've covered a lot, from that superstructured external routine of the teacher,
To the simple internal power of drinking warm water.
the cultural significance of home cooking versus the risks of ultra-processed foods, and finally, this surprising impact of meal timing on significant weight loss. It shows that health is this complex picture, right? A mosaic built from all these different choices, big and small.
Yeah, the detailed schedule shows that external structure definitely has its place. But the science really underscores that we need to balance that with intentional choices about our internal health. Managing that trade-off between modern convenience and what actually supports our bodies long term.
We know the potential cost of relying too heavily on ultra-processed convenience, and we've seen the potential reward of simple timed interventions.
Okay, so here's a final thought to leave you with. We heard about dramatic weight loss, 35 kilos, achieved just by changing when meals were eaten. We also heard that every 10% increase in ultra-processed food intake is linked to a 12% higher cancer risk. Considering that simple timing changes can have such profound effects, how much of the stress you feel daily might actually be linked, maybe indirectly, to the food choices you make purely for convenience? And what one small change to the timing of something in your day could make the biggest difference for your internal health tonight?